How did America connect from coast to coast in an era long before the roar of jet engines and the hum of highway traffic? Imagine a time when the vast American landscape was primarily traversed by horseback or wagon, a time when the concept of crossing the continent was as daunting as it was dangerous. In the heart of the 19th century, a revolutionary project began that would change the face of the nation: the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. This ambitious endeavor aimed to link the Atlantic and Pacific coasts, forging a continuous rail link across the United States. The story begins in the early 1860s, when the United States Congress endorsed the Pacific Railroad Act. This pivotal legislation authorized the Central Pacific and Union Pacific to construct the lines that would eventually meet. The Central Pacific would push eastward from Sacramento, California, while the Union Pacific would forge westward from Omaha, Nebraska. Construction kicked off amid a backdrop of immense challenges. The Central Pacific battled the towering Sierra Nevada, where workers, many of whom were Chinese immigrants, undertook the perilous task of blasting tunnels through solid granite. Meanwhile, the Union Pacific faced its own set of trials across the Great Plains, dealing with harsh weather, rugged terrain, and occasional conflicts with Native American tribes. Progress was painstaking and the work grueling. Workers laid down track at a pace that seems almost superhuman by today's standards, often laying as much as 10 miles in a single day. This rapid progress was driven by a combination of fierce competition between the railroad companies and the promise of vast government grants of land and money for each mile of track laid. The monumental effort culminated on May 10, 1869 at Promontory Summit, Utah. Here, in a symbolic gesture of unity, the last spike, often referred to as the Golden Spike, was driven into place. This final act was celebrated with telegraph messages sent across the country proclaiming "Done" to an eager nation. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad was more than just a feat of engineering and human will. It redefined travel, making it possible to traverse the continent in mere days instead of months. It connected markets and facilitated trade, catalyzing economic growth and profoundly transforming the American landscape. In retrospect, the legacy of the Transcontinental Railroad extends beyond the steel rails that crisscross the continent. It symbolizes a pivotal moment in American history, a time when a divided nation was stitched together by iron and steam, ambition and ingenuity. Thus, the rails that once conquered mountains and deserts now stand as enduring monuments to the vision and determination that forged and interconnected America. From the clang of hammers on spikes to the whistle of the steam engine fading into the horizon, the echoes of the Transcontinental Railroad continue to resound through the annals of American history.